Hello, my name is Rob Noel. I am Stephen Wall's golf coach. What I'd like to do today is give you just a little overview of the progress Stephen's made over the last 6 months. If you take a look at the swing on the left-hand side of the screen, this was about in October of 2013, and on the right is just last week, April 8th. What we'd like to do is just show you what was going on with Stephen back 6 months ago. Notice I draw this line right up the center of his body from the ball. One of the issues Stephen had at that time was that when he got to the top of the swing, you notice the top of his spine here was a little bit forward of the golf ball. So what we tried to do is to make him become more centered, basically keeping his upper body more on top of his feet. If you look at the video here on the right of Stephen last week, you can see he's doing a phenomenal job with that. Has really improved his backswing. Notice a couple of things here that his legs are a lot more stable and underneath him. You notice that he has not over-rotated his shoulders, which was causing the problem of getting his spine reversed to the left just slightly. And you can see a big improvement here as Stephen's gotten very efficient in his backswing. Now in the start down, one of the problems this was causing was that he would be ahead of the ball, then he'd have to reverse back to catch up. You can see his start down here very, very good as compared to the one here on the left where Stephen was basically unwinding his shoulders to try to catch up because they were so over-rotated. And as a result of that, he had to do a lot of things with his lower body and a lot of pushing off of the right foot, which was getting him way ahead of the golf ball. In a minute, I'll show you the down the line view and see what that causes with the plane. So Stephen's footwork, as a result of all that, was a little bit faulty. You can see his right foot's off the ground really, really early here. Now he's going to have to back up through the golf ball, causing him to throw the club a little bit and kind of hitting some chunky pulls and things like that. And then here Stephen is into the finish. And if you notice how at that time, about 6 months ago, his footwork was a little bit faulty, but since has really, really improved. So let's take a look at that footwork as he comes through the ball now. You can see that feet are very well solid, connected to the ground, being able to use the ground as leverage. You can see his arms are a lot more in front of him. Very nice impact conditions. And just if you take a look at the right foot now, right foot stays on the ground well past the golf ball, allowing him to stay just centered right over the golf ball, and then back right up into a nice solid finish. Now let's take a look at the down the line view, and we'll get this other swing up here. Okay, now here's Stephen again on the left-hand side about 6 months ago, and then this is just last week. Oops. So we'll draw a little plane line for reference here. Okay, so this is his plane angle to start with. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the one on the left-hand side of the screen. 6 months ago, you can see in Stephen's startup, club goes a little bit outside because his spine is reversing to the left, and Stephen gets pretty over-rotated here at the top. Now what we want to take a look at is the direction the club's coming down through the ball. If you pay attention to the sweet spot, looks like it's on pretty decent plane here, but you can kind of see right in this area, club gets a little bit outside in. Notice the right foot action is already off the ground, so this has caused some plane issues for Stephen, or did. Okay, and then you can see how the footwork is a little bit faulty there, but he's made great improvement. And let's take a look at last week. You can see the club works up the plane very, very nicely. As good as I've seen. Stephen gets to the top, less rotation with the shoulders, very solid with the lower body. Now when he makes his start down, you can see that the hands and the sweet spot travel very nicely down plane. Also note his right foot staying planted in the ground, working inwards. Sweet spot's coming in very nicely. And then you can see the club exiting right on plane on the other side of the swing. Very good footwork. And then right into a very solid finish. Stephen's a hard worker and has made lots of progress in 6 months, and he's continuing to improve. And hopefully we'll have an update for you soon. If you have any questions, you can contact me, Rob Noel, at Rob Noel Golf Academy. My phone number is 985-809-0060. Thank you.